All right, man. So I really don't know what the heck is going on right now, but apparently Lil Tay has passed away, according to her family. And at first, I saw this on Twitter going viral. I kind of shrugged it off because it just sounded way too outlandish to be true. And Lil Tay was known in the past to fake things with her brother, her family. By the way, her parents and her brother was in control of all those staged skits. It was a character, and I've made videos in the past about this. You guys already know the brother was basically forcing her to act like the quote-unquote youngest flexer in the world, bragging about money, cars, and all this stuff. Turns out she was being exploited for profit. Her mom, I hear, is a real estate agent, and that's how she got access to all those expensive ass homes. And it was just a very sad situation that a 9-year-old girl was being exploited for clout on the internet. However, as of 5 hours ago, this was posted to Lil Tay's account. Now, I'll preface this by saying that they basically said that Lil Tay and her brother has passed away, which just sounds incredibly crazy to me. But the post says, "It is with a heavy heart that we share the devastating news of our beloved Claire's sudden and tragic passing. We have no words to express the unbearable loss and indescribable pain. This outcome was entirely unexpected and has left us all in shock. Her brother's passing adds an even more unimaginable depth to our grief. During this time of immense sorrow, we kindly ask for privacy as we grieve this overwhelming loss, as the circumstances surrounding Claire and her brother's passing are still under investigation. Claire will forever remain in our hearts, her absence leaving an irreplaceable void that will be felt by all who knew and loved her." Now, a million things are racing through my mind, a million different scenarios. Here is her brother, by the way, posted up with Lil Pump many years ago, and Lil Tay in the bottom left. In the past, you can clearly see in the screenshot, Lil Tay has posted in her YouTube bio, "Help me." According to certain sources, there was some ongoing litigation between Claire's mom, which is Lil Tay, and her father over custody disputes. According to this one post by this person named Lily, she says, "Just a reminder that Lil Tay's dad exploited her on social media, along with her brother, by the way, for money and abused her, so she tried running away multiple times. The investigation into her and her brother's deaths need to be open for sure." Based on everything I know about this entire situation, all participants in the situation, from the mom to the brother to the stepdad, I believe his name is Chris Hope, all participated in the downfall of Lil Tay and the exploitation of this innocent little girl. It doesn't seem like anybody in her life was protecting her from the toxicity of the internet. And I still have my doubts. I don't even know if this is even real or not. This has been reported on by official publications like the New York Post, the Daily Mail, and many, many more. They have images of her brother, images of Lil Tay, images of Lil Tay and her dad. Here you can see Lil Tay's mom. In the past, there has been GoFundMes for Lil Tay saying, "Save Lil Tay from a life of abuse." And here in this photo, we can see with some type of mark on her face that may have to be blurred, some marks on her back that will have to be blurred again. And here we can see in this one post that she posted her Instagram story many years ago saying, "Help me." I mean, did Lil Tay have access to her Instagram account this entire time with 2.7 million followers? And if so, why hasn't she gone live? Why hasn't there been any official statements or live streams about Lil Tay, the current situation, her brother and mother, up until now of their passing, their alleged passing, that is? I just feel like this entire thing may be a hoax, but if it is real and these two children are genuinely dead, I mean, Lil Tay would be about 14 or 15 now, correct me if I'm wrong, and her brother probably 18 or 19. I mean, this entire thing is very strange to me. Even people on Twitter are saying, I don't know, Lil Tay and her brother being dead and announcing it at the same time is very suspicious and off to me. Like, that just sounds very extreme and very off to me too. Like, what the fuck happened? Some type of double homicide? Was it some type of murder-suicide situation? And her mom's, reaction to the criticisms of people from the public many years ago to the exploitation of her child in this Good Morning America interview, it bugs me. It rubs me the wrong way. And it feels like this is the type of person who would create a hoax like this, who would try to exploit the fake death of her daughter, or possibly the real death of her own daughter, for money and clout.
And who's behind the shocking content on Lil Tay's social media accounts?
My mom doesn't run social media. I use my own Instagram.
These images will live on and follow you for the rest of your life. Is a 9-year-old really capable of making this kind of decision?
This is my decision. I'm happy with what I'm doing.
We all already know now that that was a complete lie. Like, you could literally see that she was literally on the verge of crying in that interview.
She is a well-mannered and a great kid.
But that's not what comes across on the internet.
She is a well-mannered and great kid. Like, she might be behind the scenes, but clearly you were forcing her to act like a goddamn egotistical prick in these staged ass exaggerated videos that she didn't even really want to do.
What's your reaction to all of the haters who are basically online bullying your daughter?
We choose just not ignore them. She has a passion and a dream.
Encouraging their 9-year-old girl to do something like this. It's not normal for any 9-year-old to act like this, hence why it also became a viral sensation, is because we don't see 9-year-olds doing this. It's just not a common thing, especially online.
And that's enough of Mr. Repsion video for now. If you want to go see the original video, there will be a link in the description. However, I just genuinely do not know what to think right now. 2 siblings allegedly dead at the same time, according to whoever has access to this Instagram page, which I suppose is her mother. Possibly the father that we see in this photo, who knows? But clearly the Canadian justice system, law enforcement, court system, judges, prosecutors, and DAs have failed this little girl, because this is a giant red flag. You have a little girl who went viral 4 or 5 years ago over some satirical caricature of a rich douchebag she was forced to be portraying by her brother, mother, and possibly the father. She clearly did not want to do it. That should even be illegal. Exploitation of a child in the media. Number 2, there was GoFundMe's created, probably multiple of them, to raise money to help save Lil Tay from a life of abuse. In the description, it says Lil Tay will be fighting for her life, future, and freedom from her father, an abusive father at that, based on her brother Jason Tian, who created this GoFundMe, who is now dead, allegedly, followed up by photos of alleged child abuse. With that all in mind, why did the local law enforcement not get involved or investigate the situation? To this day, we don't even know if all of this is real or not, you know? If it was just a money grab to exploit the sympathies of people wanting to see Lil Tay make it out alive, or if this was genuinely real. And if it turns out that they're both dead, then goddamn.
What do I know about the Canadian legal system? I don't. I'm not going to pretend to know. What I do know is that I don't really trust this. Something is off. There's too many questions that are not being answered. All the photos that are being used are old and outdated. The timeline of some of the photos don't even make sense. It is strange to me how almost 3 years go by and nothing's been mentioned, but now things are being brought back up. Who really knows what is the truth until the truth eventually bleeds out?
And for the rest of the video, Mr. Repsion just basically goes on to say that he's just as sketched out as I am feeling right now. Like, we don't know the truth right now. I genuinely don't know whether to believe if Lil Tay and her brother are actually dead or alive. I don't know. But I will say, though, that this entire situation is effed up. I'm praying that none of this is actually true, but if it is, I send my condolences to the family, friends, and everybody else deeply impacted by the passing of those 2 young people. What do you think about this entire situation? Do you think it's real, or do you think it's just another hoax? Honestly, I would not be surprised if this is a hoax and Lil Tay does come out looking older and alive, and this was just a ploy on the part of her brother or mother or father to get her name trending back in the news cycle. But again, that's just my opinion. We don't know the truth as of yet. Everything is still up in the air, and I'm hoping and praying that this young girl is alive right now, because if she is dead, that would be very sad. With that being said, though, everybody stay safe out there. Like, share, sub, and I got a new video for all of you tomorrow. Peace out.